What's up, everybody? Viper here, and today we're back in the Infected. Now, I can't really see doing a long series on this game because the majority of the 23 hours that I have in this game was spent right around my base, maybe going down here to get some aluminum, and then doing a long trek to get all of these camps because they have the technology that you need in order to unlock pretty much everything in the game. So you get all these books, and you get one book from each of those camps. And that's all that's in the camp. There's no other loot. There's nothing in there except, some vampies that you have to deal with when you go there, but they're not really that hard. They're rather easy to deal with, especially once you figure out how to use the bow and you got a bunch of arrows and stuff. But the first thing I'm going to kind of go over is the animals and show you what all different animals are in the game and how some of them are pretty annoying, and like the fox, he's super annoying for me. He's got such a weird, not a weird, but he's so small. He's kind of a pain to actually hit with the little spear or getting a headshot with him. So I'm gonna go over that now. There was a bear, and let's just run from this guy. Actually, let's just go out here. And see, I just jumped on one of these little log stands, and it's pretty easy to kill him. But I could have just used a spear, and I would have taken a little bit of damage, and I could have used bandages, which it's not horrible. All right, let me go ahead and take a trip over to the alligators just so you can see them. All right, here we got another bear. I'm just gonna I'm gonna poke him. Now he did damage me 14 points. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my little bandages and put them over here, and I'm fixed up. I did not recover any health until I actually eat food. So like these cucumbers are really good for getting your health back. And I did not clean that water, so we're not going to have any water till we get back. Alright, there we got your alligators. Now you can, poke them, but the bow is probably the easiest way to kill them. And 3 arrows, and he's dead. Well, 3 arrows in the face. Oh, that one I only took 2. Oh no, he's not dead. He's dead. Alright, but you have to come here for those these 8 croc skins. Alright, there is deer in the game, and one shot to the head will kill it. But if you don't, it'll take several arrows. Alright, there we go. One shot to the head. And he's down. And he'll give you 4 meat and some fat and hide. It's not that big of a deal to chase him down with the your spear, but a bow just makes things so much easier. Alright, we got a boar here. And he doesn't aggro on you unless you you attack him. Like the first time I played it, I was kind of scared this dude was going to come after me, but he didn't. So if you're going to fight him, you can either use a bow to the face or, just quickly poke him. And if you get him twice really fast, he's down and you don't have to worry about him. Alright, there is also a sheep and a little fox, and that fox is really damn annoying. But you can hear the sound of the fox. It's like this little bitty yelp thing. See if I can find one. Alright, we got a fox around here somewhere. And this guy is really annoying when you're first starting out. He's down there. because he's kind of hard to hit with this little spear. Alright, he's gonna come after me and just try to get him, but he's gonna probably hit you. Luckily he didn't damage me too bad. But you'll get 1 meat, 1 fat, and 1 hide. And there we got a sheep. Oh, I didn't get him in the head. Ah, but he did fall down. So he does take like bleed damage over time. Now there is also birds that are randomly flying around, and you can find some dead ones on the ground. And then there's fish. So let's go in here. And damn, it's kind of hard to see. Shit. And just kind of poke around till you get the... There we go. No. Alright, we got a little bluegill. So we're going to collect that up. See if I can't get a little trout or whatever that is. And there's, unbelievably, a tuna in here. So to actually use these fish, you have to throw them on the ground. And then, yes, that's a tuna. In a little pond. That's the thing. I'm not sure if the devs ever fished before, but you ain't gonna find tuna in a little freshwater pond with trout and a bluegill. But whatever. You just harvest it, right click on, and then it'll give you some little fish. And I am like way over encumbered right now. These hides do stack too, so that's something I did not know at first until I finally realized that. All right, so that was all the animals you can harvest for food and everything. All right, next thing is resources. You've got, they cut down these trees, and then you can carry 3 at a time, right? And this takes a long time to build something if you're just carrying 3 things at a time. So if you get some sticks and go into your construction and place a, where's that, log stand? Just go ahead and build that. Now, you can take this with you, and those dudes always scare me. Alright, we were rudely interrupted. So if you don't use this stand right here, you can only carry 3 damn logs at a time. But if you use this log, then you can carry 11. Alright, so now I'm holding 3 and I have 8 in this thing. So now I pick it up and then I move it wherever the hell I want. And then I just drop it down. So that's a quick, easy way if you want to move a whole bunch of logs. Now you can do it as well with other things, like this box. So when I go mining, because you got to find all these big rocks, which I've cleared out most of them around here. So I'll run this over here, and I can't place it on an angle, but I can put it up here. So I'll come down here, and then I'll mine this stuff with a pickaxe, which I don't have. And then I'll get my copper or iron or aluminum. I'll fill my inventory up, and then I'll put it in the box once it gets full. So I can just carry a full box full of crap, across the map or wherever the hell I want it. It's good if you're going, especially for aluminum, when you have to go far away from your base. Is just fill it up and then, you know, come back. Now, I don't know if this will be fixed or not. I have a thing of dirty water, and this only works in the thermoses. It doesn't work in that green thing you get at the beginning. But normally you have to boil that, and then with your fire, you have to boil the water. So you get water from either the pond, or you could put this little metal thing out, and then you fill it up, and it'll be dirty water. And then you stick it in this thing, and then light it. It's not hard to get water, but you stick it in here, and then you boil it. But of course, if you take it to a box, like this one's clean, this one's dirty, right? Now I'm going to take it, and I'm going to put it right here. Not editing nothing. Now it's clean. So now I can drink it. And I'm not taking any damage. Now see this one right here, dirty water, it doesn't work in this box. But for some reason these flasks, these thermoses, will change it from dirty water to clean water. Like if I try to drink this dirty water, I'm going to lose health. If I drink too much of it, it'd kill me. Alright, these little Zombros or whatever, Vampies, they will destroy your building, and then you have to use your little hammer to fix it, which doesn't require resources now, which is kind of cool. But for some reason, they're not destroying my, you know, my little walls or my log things. They're just kind of just chilling there. And another good thing about them is, like, I can go up here, and then sometimes they'll hit it, sometimes they won't. But there's so many walls here that I don't even have to worry about them. I'll just fix them when I can. And then the water. Okay, I'm just gonna go right here. I mean, go a little bit out. But they're frozen. So like at night when you have 4 or 5 coming, you know, you just wait for them to come, and then you just get in the water and shoot them in the face. So these Vampies are right now pretty easy. And I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like at night when the blood moon, or whatever you want to call it, happens. Because there is kind of a horde night or whatever. Alright, it's 12:43, and if you go outside, the sky is kind of red. So we're going to have some visitors sometime soon. But it's going to take a while. If you try to sleep again, it'll say can't sleep while an AI swarm attack is active. So we got to wait for this thing to be done. And this thing can take quite a while, so you're kind of stuck, you know, maybe looking around. So I don't even really worry about it. From what I've seen, they always come from the same direction, which for me is over that way. So that's usually when I'll go ahead and start harvesting logs and stuff, and basically just doing work around a base while I wait for these guys to show up. Like it's 1 o'clock, and then I'll bring you back when they actually show up. Alright, we just got a regular Vampy hanging about, but this isn't the horde. Because there's going to be 4 or 5 of them in a group. Alright, here they come. There's 4 of them. And I just put this fence out here just so you can see them trying to wreck it. Of course, if I wasn't up here, they would be destroying us pretty quickly. But they're so mean. But you can just use this stupid water. Now, when you get so far in, they freeze. And if you're close, they'll start running again. So be careful. They may change this at some point. Because right now it makes these guys, like, horribly simple. Alright, I am a little hurt, but there is stuff, there is health. Alright, there is health kits you can make. So let's go ahead and this supposedly gives you instant health, so use. And now I'm back up health. It seems like every time you die, you also lose a little bit of your health. So that kind of shows how much I've actually died. Alright, this is one of 9 Vampy bases. There's going to be Vampies, you know, hanging out outside around the perimeter, and also sometimes inside the tents. Alright, so once you come in here and clear out all the Vampies, you're going to have to come in here and look for a book. One of these technology books. And there's 9 of them, and of course there's 9 different camps. So I'm going to put up a screenshot of the map where I put in where I found each of the technologies. Now, but so far there's nothing else you'll find in here. I have not seen any other kind of loot, like anything. It's just those books. So once you find those books, there's no point in coming back to any of these camps. Unless you want to try to build in here. But there's, you know, you can't build inside these tents. Well, there's a little nugget of place I could build. Maybe on these little corners. Yeah, it looks like these little corners I could build something. So on these corners right here, you could maybe close off a little area, but I'm not sure how that would, you know, affect these Vampies respawning and stuff. And there's only so many areas you can do that. But otherwise, it's these places are so bare. Once you've been to all 9 areas, there's no point in going back to them. There is all kinds of food you can make. When you go into your itempedia, go up here, and then go to itempedia. You got weapons, resources, food and drinks, armor and clothes. You can make these fruit salads, veggie salads. This meat stew looks great, but I haven't figured out how to make it because there's no crafting info. And then, you know, stew mix. But for the most part, I've just been eating raw stuff anyway. Like there's no recipe for this baked potato, which I assume it's just put the damn potato on there and cook it. And this thermos is definitely a nice one to have because it's that weird glitch with it where you can make fresh water into, or dirty water into fresh water. And then you're also going to have to make clothes because this weather thing, there's there's all 4 seasons in this game, and I have to wear a jacket during the winter or I'm going to be freezing and start losing health. And in the summertime, I have a cooling shirt so I can keep from overheating. Because once you start wearing armor and stuff like that, you're going to get hot too fast. So you're going to need something to cool you down. And then resources, you make glass by burning sand, and you make sand in take small stones into the workbench, and it basically tells you where you can get all this stuff. Like this copper fragment was kind of weird. You just take regular stones and then you put them into these furnaces, and they'll give you these little fragments. But it'll take 5 fragments to make 1 iron ingot. But when you break those rocks, all right, when you break these rocks, you should get either an iron ore or a copper ore. So where the hell is it at? There it is, right there. So when you put this in those little furnaces, it'll give you 1 copper ingot. And try to collect as much food as you can so you can get these seeds and, start raising crops. And turning your foliage down really helps you to be able to find all these plants. All right, this is what the foliage on high is. And it's damn near impossible to find. These corn plants aren't that hard. But when you're trying to find, these little melons or potatoes, it's pretty hard to see them. But it does make the game look a lot better. So once you got a little farm setup going, you don't really have to go out and look for, plants so much. And then if you want to light up your place, you got oil lamps, and then you have these actual lights that takes power. The power ones are a lot brighter, but these oil lamps seem to last forever. So if you go in your placeables, this one takes 2 iron, or 1 iron, 2 copper, and 1 fish oil. And these require 1 copper, iron, glass, and electrical parts. So you could just use a bunch of oil lamps. But once you make this yellow helmet and equip it, then you have a light, which is, for me, this is plenty. I really don't even really care too much for these lights. But to make this helmet, you're going to need cloth, and for cloth, you got to find the technology to make this loom. So it's probably, I would almost say it's the order I would do them is the advanced workbench, loom, and then the solar panels, and then this oil extractor thing. But this loom is kind of really important because you can't make the large backpack without the loom, because you need the loom to make the large backpack. And then any of your armor will need the loom. The yellow helmet will need it. So will your leg armor, boots. You can make this cap, which I made early on. You can't make that. You can make this winter coat, which you'll probably end up needing. And that's it. So you can make the winter coat, cap without the loom. So that'll get you, through the winter until you can find this loom. All right, so the Infected's more of a building slash farming kind of simulator. When you look at the map, there's just not really much to do. There's no towns. Each one of these camps is just those little tent thingies, and there is little variations between them, but it's almost this, it's you go in there, there's nothing there but one book. You get the book, and there's no point in going back. And then it's, a bunch of trees and little ponds here and there and a river. And then you got your alligators, your crocodiles up here. And then you go up here in the mountains here and here and get aluminum and then copper and iron all around. And then trees everywhere. So you find a little big old clearing. And it looks like when you spawn in one of these little spots, which is which is nice because you got a nice little big old clearing so you can build stuff. But there's no, hopefully they'll add some NPCs and some more enemies, or maybe change or fix the AI, because it's not brutal. It's not really a whole lot of challenge to the game. Now, it was challenging trying to build, a place, trying to bring back three at a time, until I figured out that you can move these stupid things. And that really helped me, you know, build structures, because I would just take this stupid thing with me, grab 11 logs, and then come back. And then I did the same thing with the storage container, taking it with me when I was farming metals. So you can, there's easier ways to farm stuff, but that's pretty much most of the stuff I did. 20 hours in a game was basically just farming materials. I think it took me maybe an hour or so to go around the whole map and find all of the little technologies once I figured out exactly how to get them. And that was pretty much it. But the Infected is an EA game, so I hope it'll continue to improve. But I kind of just wanted to get this video out, and just to give you an idea of what the game actually is, because you see a lot of people put out videos and then they make it seem so exciting, and then you buy the game and it's just like, what the fuck did I just buy? So this is the Infected. I'm not like ragging on the game or anything like that. It has been, you know, it has been a fun game, but really I don't really see me doing much else until more stuff's adding in the game. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all later.